Brick 73 live, and as y'all already know, I got a special guest in the house, Pt.2. What up, baby?
What's up, world? What's going on, Carl?
Well,
nice to finally make it here, man.
All right, right on. Hey, you've been trying to get on my show for a while.
Yeah, I have.
You feel me? You know, this is like my little bro, man. The dude is like really, really brilliant. Y'all tap in, man, to his IG. What's your IG?
Pt.2 Shakur.
Pt.2 Shakur.
Pt.2 Shakur, man. Just shining a light on my brother, man.
What that mean?
Pt.2 Shakur, man, is a black revolutionary, man. You know, he's part of the Black Panther family, or Black Liberation Army. He did a bunch of time in jail, probably somewhere close to like 40 years, maybe a little bit more. Don't quote me on that. But he recently just got released from prison.
Oh, he's released?
Yeah, he got released.
Yeah, speak up a little bit so the fans can hear you, brother. You know.
He definitely.
Yeah, you smooth. I see you over there playing. You up now. You feel me? How's the wife doing, man?
Man, everything is good, man. Everything been going smooth, man. Everything been going as planned, man.
Right on. And then, so at the end of the show, we're gonna highlight some of the brothers' talents. But before we lose the fans' attention, this is part 2, man, to that true story about Big Meech that I put out there. And the reason I have my guest come on today is because I got a couple hecklers, man. I respect people's opinion, but my opinion still stands on Big Meech. Big Meech, in fact, like I said, he put together a black movement like none other, right? And we suffer from that down here in the communities. Meech is a good man in my eyes, and I don't care nothing about which the drugs or whatever the allegations was, not my business. But it's a lot of black men down here killing black men, and all he was trying to do was start a movement with the hand that he was dealt. And did you get a chance to see that show?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely did. And I definitely agree with everything that you basically said.
How do you feel? So if I had to ask you, right, how do you feel about Meech and the informations that you know of that to be true in your eyes about Meech?
Meech was a powerful brother, man. Him and his brother, Southwest T, they both was two powerful individuals. I hate that it turned out like that, but honestly though, I think that he knew that it was going to eventually, turn out like that to where he ended up having to do some time. But it was a lot of brothers from different sections that they came together, and that's the whole thing. And if you really look at it, man, a lot of us, man, that's all we wanted to do. That's all we want to do is unite. It's all about uniting.
Right. So I went on, not to cut you up, and I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. One of the things too we talked about a while back about how these rappers, they take on these mafia names,
right.
Like Lucky Luciano and all of that, right? But we do know that the Italians, they wasn't too fond of black men, especially if you was a black man doing the same thing that they were doing. They really wasn't into that.
No, absolutely not. And that's why when you go to my IG, I named myself after black revolutionaries, political prisoners, some of the dudes that was a part of this black monsters, period.
Right.
And I see like a lot of people that's, in the music industry or just any type of limelight, period, they take on names of the Italian mob. The Italian mob never liked us, period. But if you go back and look at Rick Ross and the original Rick Ross, the real freeway Rick Ross, he got upset with the dude because he took his name and turned it into something bigger. But the thing was, he shed light on that black man.
Right.
I'd rather take a black man's name rather than I name myself after John Gotti or something like that. Right. Come on, man. Or I name myself Paul Castellano or some shit.
Yeah. So you agree with what Meech was heading? You would agree that he was on the right path.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. He was on the right path
Definitely.
As far as structuring and being the camaraderie of it. And I know what's surrounded around him, but who don't do wrong? Everybody doing a little something. Everybody got their hand in the cookie jar. So, and this is just to some of my fans, go in, Hit the like, subscribe button, man. Leave your comments. Just, you know, and I accept your opinion. It was this one guy, I think his name was Dex, and he had some valid, true points about Meech, in fact, did what he did to get locked up. However, we all know that, but that's all everybody talk about is how Meech so dope, but nobody gonna talk about how he tried to unify the culture. Nobody talks about that.
I don't know, but see, they only see the wrong, whether versus the good that he actually have done.
Right.
They don't talk about how many families he actually fed, how much people done, the good that he has actually done. It's like, even like when they, not to change the subject, but even if you really look at, go back to Suge Knight, they talk all this crazy stuff about Suge Knight. Even Snoop did it in the beginning, but Snoop had to go back and clean that up.
Right.
Like, he saved my life. You get what I'm saying? Suge Knight did a lot of good stuff. They don't talk about the Mother's Day thing he did for all the women's in Compton, and I think it's a few other cities, if I'm not mistaken. You know, toy drives, the back to school thing. Suge Knight did a lot, but Big Meech did the same thing as well. Don't crucify that man because all he wants to do is reunite us black brothers together. He had Crips, Bloods, GDs, Vice Lords, all around. If you was a gangster and you was solid, he was pulling you in.
Right.
I watched something the other night where.
Hold that thought just for 1 second, and I want you to hold that thought.
Sure.
We're gonna go to a brief break, right? And I want you to check out some of this footage of Big Meech and the BMF, man. The way them brothers celebrated, the way them brothers did their thing, man. I salute them, man. Hey, Meech, it's gonna be always love, man. It's gonna be always free Big Meech, man. Free Big Meech, straight up. All right, guys, we back, man. As y'all can see, y'all seen the footage, man. And the reason I'm highlighting that, I'm not glorifying like the wrong, right attribute of whatever it was. But what I am glorifying and what I am celebrating is seeing all them brothers get up there and celebrate and do it big.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You only get one life.
Right. Absolutely, man. I honestly feel that I watched something that the other night about how Big Meech really didn't want Gucci Mane to really come into they fold of what they had going on, because I guess Gucci Mane was a little bit more grimy than what people think he was. So I understand he was getting money. He also was pulling that pistol on people and you know running their pockets. And Big Meech was all about loyalty. He was all about loyalty. He was all about brotherhood. He really didn't tolerate none of that backstabbing and, we falling out over women, and it wasn't none of that. And I think that's where a lot of us fell off at with a lot that's going on the street. We fall off over small stuff, and the big stuff we let go. But the small stuff turns into year-long, decade-long beefs.
Right. That's deep. And so, my thing, like I say again, man, how we look at each other, you know what I mean? And not to segregate ourselves, because I got white friends, I got Latino friends, and but we all are different.
Yeah.
You know, to some degrees, the way we come up, the foods that we eat, and we all have tribes, right? Mm-hmm. And so, not to be divided under the Human Being Act. However, how can we expect the other races to invite us in if they see us treating each other like that? Right? And I know some of them treat each other kind of wrong, but for the most part, we're talking majority, right?
Right.
The masses of them, they are for the, like, for instance, if you got a store, right? You got a store. I'm supposed to come support his store, not Air Jordan, not to throw shade at Jordan. Jordan already said he didn't make the shoe for the culture. Not to throw shade. It's some nice shoes. But now let's say Mr. Piscasio right here, he has a brand that we're going to talk about later on in the segment. He has a brand. I'm supposed to do what Meech did. I'm supposed to support that, man, and unify with him, right? Then when I get something going on, he comes back and support it, and we keep the money within the community, then we can grow.
Right. And I think that's real big, bro. Just supporting each other and loving each other and having unity, man. If we don't have that and we don't start treating each other better, how can we go any further if we don't start loving each other and caring for each other right now? You can't go no further.
Mm-hmm. And as y'all can see at the bottom of the screen, those are just some footage of Big Meech. You know what I mean? Salute, man, Big Meech. Right? Those are footage. That's some footage of Big Meech actually when he was out. And it just shows little different clips, and then different clips of some of the members, you know, some of the members that actually went to prison and things of that nature. And they say, why in the hell is this man talking about Meech like he's, you know, God Almighty? No, that's not the case with me. I'm not talking about Meech like God Almighty. I'm talking about Meech the black man, right? The black man is seeing his culture. And then they say, well, he was selling drugs to his culture. Okay, the FDA, they said drugs to the culture too, right? Everybody falls short, right? Everybody makes mistakes, right? But his intentions was great. I mean, how was he going to join all these blacks together and have these dreams of being millionaires without cheating or manipulating because of a condition?
It was impossible for him to
speak up a little bit so the people.
Now, it was impossible for him not to do it any other way that he did it. He did it the way that he see fit, in the way that he knows how to pull people together.
Right.
He didn't step out of his own comfort zone to do it. He did it in the way that he wanted to do it. Right. And there's so many people so many black men that ate off of what he did. And regardless of how he did it, that's not my business. He just pulled us together, and I've never seen a group of people that pulled each other together like that. I mean, I've heard about it, you know, before I was born, you know, such as many other different fractions of cliques or, you know, groups of people. But I actually lived during his time that he had his group going on, and I actually witnessed it because, you know, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, just to see how he was doing it. And boy, you know, he pulled his people in.
He did it big.
Oh man, oh my God.
You
got rappers that talk about that ain't nobody did it bigger than him.
Yeah.
You know, that's from out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was bigger than rappers. You know, he had the whole scene going, bro.
Oh wow. So, really quick, y'all, we're gonna go to this quick video by Runner Perkins, man. Oh, Runner, man. It's called 47 Rewind for the fans. I like, you know, I want to make my show a little different. You know what I'm saying? So what we going to do, we going to start highlighting videos just to keep y'all tuned in, man. Then we going to come back and we going to talk about what Mr. T. Piscasio got to offer, man.
Box this shit up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just like you getting that shit out of town, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like that clothing on a whole other level, nigga. International. You feel what I'm saying?
Right on.
Everything just like in the hood, nigga. That's how we doing. We sending this shit out of town. Shout out to this nigga running right now. This nigga said he on his way. Supposed to be Runner Perkins? Yeah, he supposed to be driving off slow.
I'ma kill when this bitch go on. Bitch back up, man, and make it in. Hey, bro,
This nigga been doing this shit all day long, y'all.
Bro, that shit beat, bro.
Bro, where the fuck is the boxes at so we can send this out of town, nigga?
Bro, I left him in the car.
Really? Yes.
Hey, we in here? Look. Yeah, I say.
Look, 1, 2, 3, how they dropping, I gang slide. 4, 5 bus all up in them, cream pie. 6, 7 neighborhood, 8, 9 east side. 9 times 10 held me down when it's beat time. 11 pretty bitches in the beeline to the W. 12 got behind us, baby, put that burner under you. My essay from thread says tatted on his muscular. Slide around the radio with Flocka and the Anfra. Niggas still moving like a gang, like a mafia. 14 thinking like a Donald Castaneda. Give me like 15, I can make a bitch sing. 16 shots in this bitch, I give him 16. 17 niggas, no bitches, count a homo. I pull up 18, hold strong for the bros. My little nigga 19, he be killing solo. He say before he get 20, he gon' kill up like a buck more. Motherfuck rapping, I'm a savage like I'm 21. By age 22, I done ran through 100 guns. 23 missed cause my bitch think I'm up to something. But till I'm ballin' like 24, I don't give a fuck. Light a nigga up like December 25th. Ain't tired of the shit like December 26th. 27 times almost call me with the blick. Now I know 28 ways to hide the motherfucking stick. I say stick, it's a trip, cause I came with 29. I had 30, but I left the other bullet, I ain't white. 31 days a month, I got bitches coming through. What I mean, I had 30, this bitch came with 32. Dropped 33 bins, but I'm the motherfucking truth. Yeah, he beat 34, but gave the motherfucking crew. Over 35 phase in the LA County jail, packed thrice. Hit 6 with a razor and a handle. Got 37 bodies like I'm covering the scandal. Same chrome 38 with the rubber grip and handle. From 39th Street all the way to the Hunt does. 40 all on me, I ain't talking about no guns. 41st Drive, better known as the oil well. 42 fake, fuck, I look like Pernell. What's the hood on 43rd over? Well, it's obvious. 4400 boys and you don't want no problems with. 45th Street, kinda look like a mosh pit. 80 for 46, I vouch here pop shit. 7 niggas in the square, 7 niggas got mob shit. 7 hoes pull up, 7 niggas on mob shit.
Woo, that video was hot, man. Shout out to Runner, man. That video was hot. You know what I'm saying?
Big bro, man.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here.
Rewind.
Yeah, 47 Rewind. Runner was supposed to have his tail here, man, because he wanted to do a skit with you, you know, because also he does comedy, man. Where can they go and look at, because you prank people. He got pranks, man, and he's really, really funny. Where can they go to look at your some of your pranks that you do?
Man, they can go to Piscasio, go to Piscasio World, or they can also, that's PASCASCIO World, or they can go to Matulu Shakur, Matulu_Shakur.
Okay. And so, you know, in closing, man, because I want to talk about this young man so y'all can see. Hey, man, I hear you done started your own clothing line, man.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I got something funny, man.
Snap. Right, let me see what you got here, man.
Yeah, man, that's that stay on deck, man. That's the sweater for you.
Hold
you know,
on,
it's cold out here, man, so you gotta stay on
Look
deck.
at this thing, man. Let me see. Yeah.
You gotta stay on
Fans
deck.
can see stay on deck. Y'all can see the Arm & Hammer. You know what I'm saying? This is his clothing. So this is your clothing line. I knew that.
That's my clothing line, man.
Look what he brought me, y'all. Stay on deck. You gotta be careful, man. Right? You feel me? Hey, nah. Just kidding. All right, thank you, bro.
Man, you already know.
Hey, right on, man. This is tight. Where can we tap in if the fans want to tap in and get your merch? You know
They
what
can
I'm
just
saying?
follow me on Cash App.
Follow
me on Cash App.
As you can see, it's got the Arm & Hammer on it. You know what I'm saying? Stay on deck, man.
Nah,
and why did you come up with this?
Basically because, you know, I'm back and forth from you know, to California, from Georgia to out, you know, back out to California. And I see that, you know, that a lot of things have changed, man, just as far as just the license to carry. They made it in Georgia down to where you don't need a license to carry, man. And all type of foolishness be going on. But the original reason why, because the Black Panthers had had the right they had the right to bear arms. And a lot of our rights got taken away from them. So I'm trying to bring that back and give, just awareness, man. Stay on deck, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. And also, too, man, to stay on deck can mean two different things, man. It can also mean just staying on top of your game as far as getting up on time for work, executing your goals. Stay on deck. If you stay ready, you ain't got to what? Get ready, right? So
that's real talk.
Stay on deck. Stay on top of that. If you stay on deck, everything gonna flow in order, man.
Wow, man. I'm proud of you, bro. And so we don't want to just, drown you guys out. But again, man, free Big Meech, man. Free Big Meech. It's I see a lot of disloyalty in these streets, man.
Yeah.
And when you see somebody that's really trying, and I tell people I believe he was going to become legit. You know what I'm saying? But if that man would have, which he is now through 50, shout out 50 Cent.
He's been trying to break into the industry.
Right.
Trying to break in through music.
Right. As we all know.
But they was trying to use Jeezy, but I guess Jeezy had different plans. They tried to do Blue Da Vinci. Blue Da Vinci didn't really have one of them cuts in him. That Blue Da Vinci wasn't a hard rapper, man.
Yeah.
He really wasn't as raw.
Yeah.
And they tried to get in the industry with Blue Da Vinci, but
Right.
it didn't work out. They ended up getting locked up before that.
Oh wow. Yeah. We know the investigation was crap, man. Straight up. They know what they did, man. That was foul. You know what I'm saying? You and
Truth be told, man, Southwest T couldn't keep his ass off that phone, and Big Meech couldn't stay out of the limelight.
right.
You know what I mean? So that raised awareness with the NAC. Then I think one of them dudes got caught and then told on Big Meech, like, oh, he the one that had me, transporting this dog. And,
Right.
you know what I mean? So why didn't you just keep your mouth closed, man?
Yeah.
You done brought down the whole fold because you decided that you didn't want to be solid today.
You was all, and that's another thing I can't stand. You start getting in trouble with your friends, man. It's all good when y'all out there, up and y'all making money. But as soon as it go bad, you go bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the bitter with the sweet.
You have to. That's a part of the game, man.
Yeah.
That's a part of the game, man.
Yep. Right? A family that rides together dies together.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. You know how they say family that prays together stay together.
Yeah.
But a family that rides together dies together.
Hey,
and that's the way it should be.
I just caught on to that you just said.
Yeah, right. And so with that said, y'all, this has been another segment of Carl Briggs 73 Live, right? Not lies, Certain people like to play games with my thing, the inside jokes or whatever. I feel it, right? But thank you for coming out, brother, man. This man came all the way out from Atlanta. Came all the way out to Atlanta to do an interview with me, man. I really appreciate that and appreciate your support, man. How was the food?
Man, come on, man. You been cooking.
I get down, brother.
You've been
Phil,
cooking
tell
man,
me, I
for
get
years,
down.
man.
Yeah.
You've been cooking. The man know how to cook, man.
Straight up.
Don't let him fool you with the glass.
Yeah. Don't be trying to rob me from that place, nigga. I stay on deck. You feel me?
You ain't staying on
And this has been another segment of Carl Briggs 73 Live.
Welcome to Carl Briggs 73 Live. I want to talk to the world today. I wear his glasses better than he fucking do, and his beanie. But Carl know how to cook, but he gonna tell me he don't want to give me the recipe.
Say, man. What is you doing?
I'm just talking.
What shit is? I'm Benny, man.
I was just letting them know. Letting them talk. I was talking to the world. I want my own podcast one day. I want to see how everything functions.
Man, I know that camera ain't on.
No, it's not. I was just practicing. I wouldn't take your seat, No,
And then I tell you, don't touch my camera, man.
You did, but
Man, no, I told you. Call Pooh, man. Call Pooh. Call Pooh, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna send you back to Atlanta.
Lord bless him with the mission.
Let me catch your opposition slipping. Ooh, hey, ooh, yeah. Hey, Lord, knock them off they pivot. When I come through, them hollows is hidden. Hollows is hidden. Hollows ain't missing. Grim Reaper came through and he tripping. Ooh, I know I'm saying it. Ooh, nah, nah, nah. That's love for beginnings. No, not only as I can plead my mission. That's love for beginnings.